Hello, today we have the world's most traveled dog Chapati and her parent Christina with us. And welcome Chapati and Christina. Thank you so much for joining with the queue. Actually, Chapati is an Indian dog. Christina and Eugene saved her from Fort Kochi. She was originally from Fort Kochi, and they saved her. And now Chapati is living with Christina and Eugene, and she is having a wonderful life out there. And now she is the world's most traveled dog also. So, Christina, could you please say about the story of Chapati?
Yeah, Chapati's story is absolutely wonderful because we found her when we just started our trips through Southeast Asia. And actually, we came to India just for a few weeks. Then we wanted to go to Nepal. But we came in Fort Kochi only because this was the cheapest ticket from Ukraine.
Yes.
So like it was absolutely accidental. But when we came there on the second night, we found a dying puppy, and we understood that it's not an accident, it's a destiny, because she was literally dying.
Yeah.
She had tons. First of all, she was overheated and dehydrated. We think that she spent the whole day under the sun, and she was standing on a kind of pedestal with no steps. So somebody put her there, and she couldn't go down. And probably she was at that place for the whole day, because when we found her, she was like looking somewhere, nowhere, like she was it was hard for her to stand. Okay. So first we made first aid for her, because all veterinary clinics were closed at that time, so we had to do everything by ourselves. And when she became a bit better, when she could already walk and interact, we realized that she also has lots of problems, like tons of fleas, ticks. Her leg was arched, and in a few days we found out that she had worms inside her, huge worms, bigger than the dog itself. So like 5 days or kind of that, we were taking her to different veterinary clinics to help manage this situation. And of course, we understood that it's our dog. So we came to India for 2 weeks, but we had to spend there 2 months in order to make all the documents and to be ready to travel with her.
Yes, I'm really sorry that we have another guest as well. That is Arya, right? Arya, right?
Arya, yes.
Is she there? I cannot see her right now.
Just a moment. It's very easy. Take her here.
Actually, this is another dog which you saved, right?
Yes, we saved her last autumn from the streets of Kiev. Yes. We tried to find new owners, but it was very difficult. I don't know why. People prefer purebred dogs. So my parents became her parents too. They adopted her, but they are currently on travel, so we are hosting her at the moment.
And Chapati and Arya are good friends now, right?
Yes, they are perfect friends. They really match each other by temperaments. So they are different, but they have a very great friendship.
So I know, most people might have asked you about the name Chapati. So it's actually an Indian dish, and I have heard that that is your favorite dish as well. So that made you to choose that name, right?
Yes, we chose that name because actually we were in India for the second time already. But first time we went to north and east of India, where chapati is not that popular. Roti is more popular there. And when we came to Kerala, we found out chapati for ourselves, and I really enjoyed this bread. It was my like I always took curry and chapati, not rice, but chapati. I like to take the sauce with it. So when I understood that our small puppy is having the same color, tan color, and these burn ups on chapati, they reminded me of our chapati's fleece, tons of fleece. And she was also very seen. So when I first tested this name on Indians, when people are asking, what is the name of your puppy? And I'm telling chapati, everybody became to laugh. And at that point, I understood that it's a great name because I want our dog to give only positive emotions to people.
Indian breed dogs are not so familiar in Europe and other parts. So when they first see chapati, what is their reaction?
Actually, we were many times in different countries and in Ukraine too. People on the streets just came to us and asked, oh, please tell us what is the name of this breed. It's such a beautiful dog, but I have never seen such a breed. This reaction is quite popular.
Yeah. And
so
yeah,
people like how she looks, and they don't know what is the breed.
And where is she? I can see her now. Is she around there?
Happy. Just a moment.
Yeah, she's there.
She will come slowly if I give her some treats.
Yeah. Hi, Chapati. Could you please come here? Yeah, she's coming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Chapati. Hey, can you see me? Hey, Chapati, can you see me?
Actually, she never reacts on the people in the video.
I'm not a virtual person, right? Fine. And also, see, Christina, like when you brought Chapati to train, there might be sometimes there might be issues of climate and weather. How she was like, how she adapted with the weather of Ukraine and other areas.
Actually, we were really scared. How will she feel during the winters? And we prepared lots of different stuff for her to make her warm. But unexpectedly, she had absolutely no problems. She adores snow. She adores to play with snow. And she actually becomes cold only when if we walk for a few hours during the snow, she can get a bit cold. But usually she's absolutely fine. And I think that she's when it's too hot, it's worse for her. The only thing is that after her first winter in Ukraine, her nose started to detan. So it was black initially, but after the first winter, it became pink.
Okay.
So probably as it is not enough sun, the pigment started to go away.
Okay, fine. And also, you said that your initial plan was to stay in India for 2 weeks only, and in order to adopt Chapati and also to complete that documental procedures, you stayed about 2 months. And what made you to stay 2 months? And it is like a very difficult task, right? Your initial plan was 2 weeks, and you stayed 2 months. That is a rare act of kindness. And what made you to do that?
At the first moment when I realized that I want to adopt Chapati, I was really afraid to tell that to my husband because he's like a person that when he has a plan, he should go by this plan. And when I told him, the reaction was actually as I expected. Like he was telling, what, how is that possible? How can we manage to, are you even sure that it is possible? We don't have time. We should, what, Chappy? But at that point, I really started to love her so that much. And I started to tell him, okay, we will find everything out. If we can't move, if we can't take her to the other country, let's stay in India forever. It's not a problem. I love this dog. I want this dog. So it was love from the first sight, and I don't know, like I felt no borders. I was ready to do everything in order to stay with her.
Yes, I think now.
And actually, it wasn't such a big problem because we spent amazing 2 months in India. We saw many different states, many different cities. It wasn't on our first plan, but it was a very great change of everything.
And now Eugene and Chapati are good friends. I have seen many photos, many good photos which were taken by Eugene. I mean, now they are good friends, right?
Of course. Like it was only his first reaction because he was shocked. Mm-hmm. But next day after this conversation, he was the one who started to Google and to find out how to manage everything, how to travel with dogs, what documents are needed, and so on.
So coming to that point, and I have seen in her Instagram post that Chapati has traveled around 30 countries and used about 16 types of transportation methods and traveled to many islands and seas. So how was it like traveling with a pet? Is it very difficult to manage? I mean, like you are traveling so many countries. So what is that experience?
The experience is that when you get experienced, things start to change. So at first point, when we had to make documents for crossing the border with Nepal, it was extremely hard. First 5 countries in Asia were extremely hard because no information on the internet. You're writing to some governmental departments. They are not answering for a few months. Veterinarians know nothing about this question. But when you start to investigate everything by yourself, at some point you become an expert in this question. So when we came to Ukraine and started to travel to Europe, it was much easier. Mm-hmm. And in a year, it became absolutely easy for us because we already have lots of needed documents. We just need to take 1 or 2 certificates before any next trip, and that's all. So we already have all these documents, and that's why it's much more easier for us. And like I had dogs starting from my very childhood, but I never traveled with dogs. Mm. Only because Chapati, she started her way from travels, and I named her Instagram account Traveling Chapati. And I see that she's fond of travels, like she has no bad reactions in the car, or she's very adaptable. So at some point we just understood that we are not going to leave her anymore with the parents, in example. We are taking her to all our travels.
Chapati is an Indian breed dog. Obviously she has her peculiarities and her kind of nature. So when I ask you about the most important 5 things which you love about her, what would you say?
I love that she's adaptable, very adaptable. She's extremely smart. I've never seen such a smart dog before. She learned all the commands like from the first time. I like her temperament. I would say she's a choleric, like very emotional. And the range of her emotions is very huge. She can be brutal at times, but she can be really yes, and she can be really tender at the same time. What else?
And in an interview
I love that she inspires me. After we adopted her and we started to realize how huge is the problem of Indian street dogs, how many of Chapati's friends on Instagram tell different stories. Even now when we are in Ukraine, we hear some stories what is going on with street dogs in India from Chapati's friends. And this really inspires me to popularize them even more. So all this record stuff, it was only to popularize Indian street dogs, because I think that they deserve to be like a national достояние. National proud, yeah.
Yes.
But not as they are at the moment.
Yeah, now most of the Indian people are not like, they don't want to adopt an Indian breed dog, or they don't want to they don't want to live with this Indian breed dog, and they always want this Western kind of thing. And on the other hand, this stray dogs are actually suffering. That is a very, very big problem in India, I admit it. And also, I know that you are running a program like UA Animal Program or something like UA. Am I pronouncing it right? Is it UA Animal Program?
UA Animals. It's a Ukrainian organization which is fighting for animals' rights, like all animals. They are trying to make our government to stop exploiting animals, like in circuses, for testing cosmetics and so on and so on. And we just decided to like make a collaboration project to make few common posts which we both share from different sides. So Chapati is writing about them, they are writing about Chapati, because we have much things in common.
So her Instagram and Facebook pages are really popular around the world. And I think she has got many celebrity followers as well. And do you know any of them? Maybe some celebrities from India as well. Do you know any of them?
Yes, actually, one of our beloved followers is Trisha Krishnan. At first, like I just saw that somebody wrote she commented Chapati's picture, and somebody wrote, "Wow, Trisha is commenting your pictures." And only after that, I knew who is Trisha. And like she is just also an amazing person who adores street dogs. So we have much things in common, and sometimes we have conversations on Instagram.
And also, do you give any special kind of training or anything for Chapati?
We made everything by ourselves. We just followed few YouTube trainers, watched their videos and like made the same. And Chapati was responding like in a moment. So at some point we understood that we don't even need any trainer.
Yes.
It's just because we had dogs, so we actually know what to do with them and how to train them. Oh God, now they're starting to play, and this might be very loud.
And also, what kind of food they like actually? I mean, like, does she have any taste of Indian food for Chapati?
You know, like the situation was that when we adopted Chapati, we were traveling and we were living in some cheap hotels where you can't find a kitchen to prepare any food.
Mm-hmm.
And we understood that we will be on the travels for the next half a year. So from first few weeks, we gave her milk because she was too small. And then we started to feed her with commercial dry food, mm-hmm. because it was our only way. But luckily there are some brands which are presented worldwide, so we can buy the same food in different countries.
And also but now
it's the only way, but we are really Chapi, please be quiet. But we are buying like the best, one of the best food, because her health is the most important thing for us. And like, I think that how she looks, how her fur is shiny, it says that the food is good.
And also now she has got the award of Ukraine and Indian government, that is the most travel dog award from the Ukraine and Indian government. And you also celebrated it, right? I have seen in your Instagram and Facebook about the party and all the programs. And what's your feeling right now?
The feeling is, of course, we are very happy because we really wanted this celebration, because we understood that making a celebration will help really to popularize this story. And our plan is to popularize Indian dogs. Yes. So of course I was very happy. Many journalists from Ukraine came on that event, took interviews. So the story is sharing not only in India, but in Ukraine too. I made a post on Instagram about her record only a few weeks ago. So like in India, this story is only starting to be shared.
Yes.
But I already have lots of new plans, how to make the whole world know more about Indian street dogs. And I wish that someday this breed will be officially recognized by world cynological organizations. And Indians will understand that they have an amazing breed, which is never worse than any Labradors or Dobermans. even if it's a mixed breed, because like Chapati has small percentage of Doberman and small percentage of Boxer in her.
Yes.
Yeah, we made a DNA testing.
Thank you so much, Christina. Like, I know that you are aiming for, and you are working for a very good cause. And I think and I wish that Indian dogs actually needs to get popular all over the world. And I really hope for that. So will Chapati and Arya join us to just wind up for the session? Are they busy over there playing? Okay, no.
Should I call her again?
I think that will be. Is she there?
Probably it's impossible because we are having lots of fun. Girls, please be quiet. I can't hear you because they are so loud.
No.
Arya.
Arya has come. Arya was. Yeah. So
Arya is here. Chapi is here. Okay, what was your question? Sorry, I could hear only.
I was just saying that what do you want to say to the Indian people around about popularizing the Indian breed dog? And you are doing a very good cause.
Thank you. I want to say that Indian dogs are absolutely amazing. Of course, when they have to struggle for their life, they can be aggressive at times. But look, what are they like when they're surrounded with love and care? They become amazingly beautiful. They become amazingly smart. They become tender, and they love their owners not less than any other breeds. Mm-hmm. And they are adaptable. They have great health. So they have even many pluses, advantages, many advantages which other breeds don't have. So I would love people to try this breed because once you try it, you understand that it's the best breed in the world.